Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, I'm a geek, you're watching Kevin the Geek. If you have missed it, I have done a couple of Dave Gorman related stuff this month. I have done Dave Gorman's Google Whack Adventure. That was a full 2-hour show, which was freaking hilarious. I have done my second reaction to Dave Gorman's Modern Life is Goodish, which you would have seen about a week or so ago, unless you missed it. And that was of the first ever episode. The first time I did one, it was about, I think it was like the 4th or the 5th series that I did an episode from. And also, if you missed them, I've done 2 episodes so far of Are You Dave Gorman? And today I'm reacting to the 3rd episode of Are You Dave Gorman? And this is just an incredible show. And I am loving what we're seeing so far in this. And after today, we've got 3 more episodes left to go. I'm doing this on a monthly basis. So if you want to check it out, then all you need to do is make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, smash the like button, and of course, drop your comments down below. But that is enough talking for right now. Let's get reacting to some more Dave Gorman.
Hey! Hello, Dave. Hang on. That's not Dave Gorman. Or maybe it is.
Hello, my name is Dave Gorman.
There's a different Dave Gorman.
You may remember me from such memorable clips as this. Hello, my name's Dave Gorman. Yes, that's right. I'm Dave Gorman number 5. This is the Dave Gorman Collection, and I'm a collectee, not the collector. But will you please welcome my namesake, Dave Gorman.
Hey! God, I still can't believe he had them massive sideburns.
Hello, my name is Dave Gorman. Recently,
Hey!
me, my flatmate Danny, his video camera, and my credit card have been travelling the world trying to find, meet, shake the hand of, and photograph other people called Dave Gorman. Danny has set me a challenge to find 54 Dave Gormans, one for every card in the deck, including the Jokers. It's a happy flat we share. We've been to East Fife to meet Dave Gorman.
Hello, my name's Dave Gorman.
And also his son, Dave Gorman.
Hello, my name is David Gorman.
And then to Tooting.
Hello.
Before returning...
Still love him. Hello.
Before returning to East Fife and also to Edinburgh.
Hello.
Hello.
Now, the Canadian Dave Gorman that lives in France that we met in Greenwich
Hello.
suggested we fire off random emails which led to us discovering this Dave Gorman.
Hello.
That Canadian Dave Gorman, he did feature in my reaction to Dave Gorman's Google Whack Adventure. Please make sure you go back and check that one out if you missed it.
Who is an American serviceman stationed in Italy. He was one of the most helpful Dave Gormans because just like the first Dave Gorman we met,
Hello.
he named his son Dave Gorman.
Hello, my name is David Gorman.
Nice.
He also named his other son Justin David Gorman.
Boo.
Of course, he doesn't count. You've got to have rules. Then, in one afternoon in London and the Southwest, we met 3 more Dave Gormans.
Hello.
Hello, my name's Dave Gorman.
So that's 13 Dave Gormans, and we've travelled 5,503 miles. All
What's
of
the
which, I'm sure you'll
MPG?
agree, is very satisfying. It's particularly satisfying because as well as chasing a grand total of 54, we're also trying to control the miles per Dave Gorman. We're trying to keep it somewhere between 300 and 500 miles per Dave Gorman. And you can see that represented by this zone here. Now, our current total of 5,503 miles for 13 Dave Gormans gives us this.
Yes! Love the graph.
423 miles per Dave Gorman. Almost slap bang in the middle of the zone there. However,
Woo!
it was about this time that life started to get a little strange. Somebody, I don't know who, using an obviously made-up Hotmail account, emailed me saying, I know you're looking for Dave Gormans, I can help you.
Ooh.
Included in their email was a business directory from New York. That page there. As you can see, all these Gorman businesses, most of them not interesting me, but there, in amongst them, David B. Gorman, MD. 911 Park
Nice.
Avenue, New York, New York. He's got a very illustrious business address. I was very, very excited. Most importantly, his name was Dave Gorman. So we flew to New York as soon as we could. If you don't believe me, there's my boarding card. People have accused me of faking the boarding card. It is not a fake, it is real. I have been to New York. If you don't believe me, here's me in New York. If you're not convinced, there's always more proof. If you don't believe me, here I am in New York. There's the Statue of Liberty. And who's this?
Hey!
See, I went there. And I jumped in a taxi, excited. I shouted, 911, Park Avenue. He said, don't shout. I said it. He said, better. And this taxi delivered us to this illustrious address, and I jumped out of the taxi. I was really excited. My blood was pumping. It was like being in a film for a minute. And I was about to ring his bell, and all of a sudden... arse.
Hey, what was that? I think I missed that.
About to ring his bell, and all of a sudden...
Oh, is that B. David Gorman? Or something like that. So his first name isn't Dave.
arse.
Oh, shit.
I was not happy. And why was I not happy? Take a closer look at that nameplate.
Yeah.
B. David Gorman. B. David Gorman. I'm not having that. If we're not having Justin David Gorman in Vicenza, we're not having chuffing Barry David Gorman or Brian David Gorman or Bernard David Gorman or whatever the hell he was.
Why, though? Why would you have the name David Gorman, but starting... So let's say it's that. It's like Barry David Gorman. Is his surname David Gorman? Is his middle name David and then Gorman? So Barry Gorman? But if that's the case, why would you have the middle name spelt out? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, my middle name's Adam. So, you know, why would I be K. Adam the Geek? You know, why don't I be Kevin A. the Geek? You know, surely that would make a bit more sense.
B. David Gorman. No, it's not all right then. His first names, I want that David Gorman. I'm not having... Doesn't matter. No, that's cheating. B. David Gorman. That's no use to me, okay? I'm going to get a taxi, and if you want to be in it, you want to...
Unless it's a title, like Baron David Gorman.
Did you notice that Danny considered going in anyway? So we didn't meet B. David Gorman. We've gone all the way to New York.
Oh, shit.
And we gave up and we came home.
What does that mean for the graph?
Of course we didn't!
Hey!
New York! We ran around and we did some work! And I'm really proud of this, I tell you. We rustled up some fantastic Dave Gormans on this trip.
Yes!
By now, I had some kind of really odd, highfalutin idea that somehow we would manage to find Dave Gormans who could represent all humanity. I'll be honest with you, that hasn't really happened. It's an Irish surname. We've largely found people like myself, pasty white skin and red beards. But in New York, we really did manage to broaden the cultural diversity of the group. And I'm really, really proud of this. For a start, we managed to find a Dave Gorman who is a homosexual. It's our first one yet. We also managed to find a Jewish Dave Gorman, both of whom delight me because they broaden the cultural diversity of the group. And that is exactly what we're after. We want the brotherhood to be as wide as it possibly can. I'm going to show you individual pictures of both those men. I think it might make for an interesting quiz. See if you can guess which one's which.
Spot the Jewish
Here's
man,
one of them.
spot the gay.
Okay?
Right?
Here's the other. I'm not saying it should go one way or another, I'm just saying one of those men is Jewish, one of them is a homosexual. That's all I'm telling you. I'm not...
I think it's going to be a twist. I think what most people would assume, a Hawaiian shirt guy would be the gay, and the non-Hawaiian shirt guy would be the Jew. I reckon he's going to pull the rug from out of us, and it's going to be reversed.
I'm not giving you any clues. Let's look at them together, see if that helps. There they are. On some fictional date that never happened. They are both absolutely lovely men. This is the Jewish one.
Hello.
Ah.
My name is David Gorman. Have a good day.
And he's a lovely fellow. He's a stockbroker, works on Fifth Avenue, really kind of high-powered financial existence he lives in. He gave us 20 minutes of his lunch out. You've got to love him for that. Especially because when you're going looking for people who share an Irish background, you wouldn't expect to find people with his background.
My 4 grandparents probably are from Russia. You know, when you immigrate to a country and you can't pronounce your name.
Yeah.
And he came in and he said his name was Gorodetsky, maybe. The guy said, well, you're not Gorodetsky, you're a man, you're Gorman. But I am a Gorman.
Wow.
What a lovely fella. But the next one, he is my favourite Dave Gorman. This is the homosexual Dave Gorman.
Hello, my name is David Gorman.
Oh, isn't he lovely? Isn't he nice? I love him. We spent such a great time in the park with him. We just talking and chatting and going on forever. He's really comfortable in his own skin. He knows he really likes his place in the world. It's so nice when you meet someone like that. I don't know about you, but I think people make good company if they like laughing. And I'll tell you what.
I like laughing.
This fella likes laughing. If you don't believe me, take a look at this.
It's...
And that's been edited down.
There's something kind of wonderful about laughing. I don't know if you guys, probably people of a similar age to me. The younger viewers, maybe not so much. But anyone of my age or thereabouts, do you remember this thing that went around? We're probably talking like late 2000s. And it was a Skype laughing train, I think they called it, where basically you started off with a clip, I think it was like of a baby that was just laughing. And then you ended up going and seeing another guy reacting, which was basically him laughing to the baby laughing, which then you got somebody else laughing to the guy who was laughing at the baby, and it just went on and on and on. And you had some incredibly crazy laughs. Like, if any of you remember that, maybe I'll do this as a short at some point and I'll add myself to it. I don't know, maybe I'll do that. Maybe, who knows?
And he's a nice man. You know, he cares about other people as well. He cares about me.
How are you guys funding this?
That's quite a sensible question.
Yeah.
He cares about Danny.
So, Dan, are you sick to death of meeting guys named David Gorman?
That's a chuffing stupid question. He really is, from a hand on my heart, one of my favourite Dave Gormans. He's a fantastic man. I wish I could tell you that he was a bouncer, because I would love to have Dave Gorman the gay doorman. You can't have everything, okay? You've got to learn that lesson. However, he does try his hardest to fulfil as many homosexual stereotypes as he possibly can. I love him for this. He moved to New York originally to be an actor. That fell through. He's now studying interior design.
Okay.
And he lives in Queens. So,
hey!
What more could you want, frankly? I was very, very proud. We'd met 2 Dave Gormans. We'd broadened the cultural diversity of the group. I was very happy. We're back at the hotel. I'm chilling out. I'm relaxing. I'm just feeling proud of myself. All of a sudden, I get a phone call from the lobby saying there's a journalist downstairs who'd like to meet you. And I thought, that's odd. I don't know how this man knows I'm in New York, let alone in this hotel. That's a bit weird. So I went down to meet him as soon as I could.
Hey, how are you?
That's Danny. Good to see you.
How you doing?
There you go. You'll never guess what that man's name is.
Gorman Dave.
Guesses? No, his name is Ellis Henneken. He's a lovely man. He's a proper kind of... He's almost a stereotyped, fast-talking New York kind of a journo. He walked us around town. He took us out for a bite to eat. And he gave me a bit of a going over and, frankly, a bit of a telling off.
Gorman is like a mirror. Where's the ethnic and the racial diversity?
How about the Asian David Gorman?
But Gorman! You're not a multicultural kind of a guy? All God's creatures. That's what we want. Evil. Evil David Gorman.
Evil David Gorman.
But he did promise to write a nice article spreading the word and spreading our message. So the next day, I was like an 8-year-old boy on his birthday going down to collect the post. I rushed straight out to the newsstands to see if it was printed. I couldn't believe my luck. Tuesday. It's on the stand.
Hey!
Look at that beauty!
Yes!
Look at that! That is page 6. That is half of page 6 of one of New York's biggest daily papers. And look at that headline. Take in that headline and spare thoughts for gay Dave Gorman, the failed actor. Imagine him buying his local paper, finding that headline. For a minute he'd think his time had come. And it turns out to be a story about that bloke he met yesterday. How infuriating would that be? It's a great article. I was very, very happy with it. Here it is. This is the thing. Is your name Dave Gorman? Maybe you know someone named Dave Gorman. Either way, there's a young British fellow who would very much like to speak with you. He's holed up this weekend at the Roosevelt Hotel in Manhattan. His name, of course, is Dave Gorman. Quotes. It would be splendid if someone... I never ever said splendid. I want to make that perfectly clear. I did not say splendid, right? He's projecting his image of an Englishman onto me there.
I was going to say, that's very interesting.
I did not say that. It's not a direct quote. He's made that up. I don't mind. I don't mind because it is such a nice article. At the end of the article, he gives my email address. He encourages other Dave Gormans to get in touch. At the front of the article, he mentions the name of the hotel we're staying at. He encourages other Dave Gormans to get in touch. One man did. This is him.
Hello, my name is Dave Gorman.
Now, he lives in New York State. He doesn't actually live in New York City. He lives in a little town called Mount Kisco. This is where we went to meet him. Oh, yeah, quite flash. Mount Kisco is about an hour north of New York on the railroad. As we were going through, though, the stop before Mount Kisco is a little town called Chappaqua. And that rang a little bell with me, because when we'd met this guy...
Have a good day.
He'd told me that he lived in Chappaqua. And when I'd asked him about it, it gave me an interesting fact.
I live in Chappaqua.
Chappaqua.
Yep. You know where Hillary and Bill Clinton live?
So now we're in Mount Kisco, and we know that Bill and Hillary Clinton live about 2 miles down the track. And I think the whole area's really buzzing about it, because they'd only recently moved in. And within 10 minutes of meeting the Dave Gorman in Mount Kisco, he suggested going for a drive, trying to find Bill and Hillary's house. So me and Dan, we're like the kids on the coolest school trip ever. We jump in the car, we're going to find the President of America's house. And we're driving up these streets, and they start off, I'm full of confidence. I know it's only a couple of miles away, it can't take long. And we're driving, and I'm getting the idea he doesn't really know where it is. And now I know he has no idea where it is. This is a bit of tape on which he thinks he's found it. Then he gets angry with himself for not finding it. When he says the last sentence of this tape, you'll know we're never, ever, ever going to find this house.
That's it. No, is that it? Damn, no, that's not it. Son of a bitch, where is this place? Sorry, guys. That's okay. No problem. I blew it. I know it's on this road. You know, I was here at night. Someone else was driving. I think I had a few drinks in me, but it's without drinks.
Somebody else was driving, and I think I had a few drinks in me. At which point you know you're not going to take... Fine. Now, take a look, though. That's the weather. You can see it. The sun's out there. This is what happened about 5 minutes later. If you listen closely, the sound on this is really bad. If you listen closely, you will hear him say at the top of this, there's a tree down.
Ooh, what's going on? Tree down. You can get a little more of a tree. Wow, that is...
Whoa!
You know, that's just denting and scratching the hell out of my car.
It's about 7:20 on a summer's evening. A tree has been blown over, blocking the road. There's rain you can't see through. There are big bits of tree hitting the car. I know the picture quality isn't great here. The sound is appalling, but that is because we've driven into a 100-mile-an-hour tornado.
Damn!
So he turns round, he says, I'll find another way to the train station. I'm thinking, yeah, you think you know the way to the President's house. That's going to work. 5 minutes later, we find another tree blocking another road. Now, I know it's difficult to make out with these pictures, but take a look at this, right?
Whoa, this is bad. Oh, no. Holy shit. Man, look at that. I'll get you close so you can take a look at it. Can you see that? Bad night.
Whoa.
Trees are being blown over in the road. I'm shitting myself. He actually said in there, I'll take you closer so you can take a look at it. I don't want to take a look at it. I suspect a lot of people that take a closer look at tornadoes end up being hit by a tree. At this point, I'm getting quite paranoid. I think if you go looking for the President of America's house and you end up in a 100-mile-an-hour tornado, you're entitled to ask just how powerful are the FBI. I'm also getting quite frightened for my life. This is not how I want to die. What would the authorities think if they found a car with 2 men in it, both dead, not related, never met before, both called Dave Gorman. That's like an episode of The X-Files waiting to happen. Now, at the time, all I knew was the weather was bad. I knew there were trees in the road. I didn't know how bad. It was only later that I heard on TV that it was a 100-mile-an-hour tornado. I have tried to find a weather report from a New York TV station to prove it to you. I can't find one, but I have had an email correspondence with a New York weatherman, a man called Jim McFadden. Hi, Dave. Here is some of the weather info you requested. On June the 2nd, 2000, the high temperature was 88 degrees and humid. There was a squall line that passed through northern Westchester County between 6:30 and 8:30 p.m. There was some damage as an F1 on the Fujita scale tornado made its way through the county. The 3rd of June was a beautiful day. Need any more info? Email me anytime. Have a bloody good day. Brackets, did I use that properly? So from Jim McFadden, I've learned we were in an F1 tornado on the Fujita scale. I've no idea what the Fujita scale means. I've no idea. So I've looked it up. Here it is. There you go. That is the Fujita scale of tornadoes. We were in an F1, and, you know, I'm slightly disappointed to learn that it's moderate. My favourite thing about this is the way the scientists have decided to classify this. Beyond devastating, incredible! That's just incredible! Isn't that good? I love that. Still, all we know from that is the wind speeds of a moderate tornado. So I decided to look it up further. Let's find out what the F1 actually means. The lower limit is the beginning of hurricane wind speed. That means I was in at least a hurricane. Worse than a hurricane. That's what I've been in, OK? It's not a moderate tornado, it's worse than a hurricane. Bear that in mind. Peels shingles off roofs, mobile homes pushed off foundations or overturned, and worst of all, considering what we were doing during this tornado, moving autos pushed off roads.
Damn.
And what were we doing? We were driving around in a moving auto. That's what we were doing.
Moving closer to it.
I'm not entirely happy about that. I don't want to ever be in a tornado again, but if I am, I want to know what you should do. So I've looked it up on the internet. I found tornado advice. This is what you're meant to do if you're in a tornado. Tornadoes can change direction quickly. Get out of the car immediately and take shelter in a nearby building. Not take a closer look. We shouldn't have been driving around taking a look. We should have been sitting in Bill Clinton's house. If only he'd known where it was. But he didn't, did he? So what are you meant to do if you can't find a building?
Fair.
I was frightened. The whole thing. I genuinely thought I was in danger. He got us back to the train station and went, you know I didn't die, that's why I'm here now to tell you this story. But I got back to the Mount Kisco train station, I was shaking. We got a train into New York, an hour later, I was still shaking. I got into the hotel, I'm still shaking. I'm at the lift, and a voice on reception suddenly shouts out, Mr. Gorman, there's an envelope for you here. And I pick it up with a shaking hand, and inside that envelope I find 2 pieces of photocopied paper. Invitations, inviting myself and Danny out to a party that night. This was the night of the Tony Awards, the biggest awards in the world of musical theatre.
Wow!
We turned up at the party being held by the company who've just won Best Musical, Best Actor in a Musical, and Best Actress in a Musical.
And what was this, 2001? I have no idea what it would have been. Because I know Red was 1996. That's the only one I really ever remember.
Everyone else, suited, booted, dressed up to the nines, champagne, me and him, English, jeans, pint. Really conspicuous. He was just off, talking to people, mixing, talking to a guy from Dukes of Hazzard, paying Miss Georgia far too much attention. I was hiding in the corner. It's quite easy to hide at, because they were too busy winning. And Americans win well. Frankly, I think this might be a bit over the top. See what you think.
Gone on to be presented to almost all of the greatest musicals.
That's Americans for you.
I mean, that's just for winning a Tony. Huh? Anyone would think he'd put his graph in the zone. So anyway, I'm at this party. I'm sort of hiding in the corner, trying not to bring attention to myself, because I feel like I don't look like I fit in. And this man comes up to me, and he says, excuse me, who are you? And I go, it's all right, I'm allowed to be here, I've got an invitation. And he goes, no, it's fine, I'm not worried about that. I'm just asking, because I'm trying to find someone I invited, but I've never met them. I went, all right, well, this sounds a bit weird as well. My name's Dave Gorman, I'm trying to meet other people called Dave Gorman. He went, it's you! Fantastic! And he ran into the cloakroom. He came back 30 seconds later with a present for me. I've got that present with me here tonight. It's a video. It's a proper film. It's got Kevin Kline, Joan Allen and Sigourney Weaver in it. He put that in my hand. He went, there's a Dave Gorman in there.
Yes! But you didn't actually meet them.
I'm in New York, and a complete stranger is giving me this video, a Kevin Kline movie, a proper Hollywood film, and he's telling me there is a Dave Gorman in there. I was so excited. I grabbed Danny as soon as I could, away from Miss Georgia. He's never forgiven me. We ran back to the hotel. I had a video installed in my room. We watched the film immediately. We didn't watch the film, actually. We spooled to the end. We watched the credits. Because that was the bit I was interested in. I'm trying to find Dave Gorman. These are the credits as they roll at the end of the film. There it is. The Ice Storm. It's directed by Ang Lee, Kevin Kline, Joan Allen, Courtney Peldon, Henry Sherney, Adam Ham-Bird, David Krumholtz, Tobey Maguire, Christina Ricci, Jamie Cherry, Elijah Wood, Sigourney Weaver, Katie Holmes, Michael Cumsty. Well, he's not amongst that lot. Never mind, there's more. Let's have a look if we go down further. The rest of them are in alphabetical order. That should be helpful. Let's have a look. Burton, Kane, Camp, Danziger, Egerman, Farrell, Fitzgerald, Flagg, Freeman, Garrett, Ganzamiris, Hickey. Well, he should have been between those lot, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Gorman. That's where he should have been. He's not there.
No.
And that's a bit odd. So I wasn't sure what to do, so we rewound it and watched it again. I'm going to show it you again. But
Oh, is it like a film
don't look
editor
over
or
here,
something?
where real people are. Take a look at this side, where fictional people are.
Hey, Larry Pine.
I don't understand. It's there for no reason at all, right down at the bottom of the list. In between people who don't have any name at all, and people who do have names but they don't deserve surnames. Directly between Marty and Sue and Mike, his teacher and pharmacy attendant, is a fictional character called Dave Gorman. And I've watched this film. I've worked out who that man is. And at no point during the entire film does anyone ever use either of his names. He is never once referred to as Dave or Mr. Gorman. He doesn't even have a line in the film. If I was compiling that list, I would say man at party. But some quirk of fate, some lovely little twist of fate has decided to hand to me on a plate a fictional Dave Gorman. I was so excited. I'm in New York and I'm sniffing blood. We wake up with 8 hours to go before our plane leaves for London. We're running all over town, ringing every theatrical agent we can, trying to find the actor involved, Mr. Larry Pine. I'm speaking to a theatrical agent, he says, I know him, he's really good, he's not one of ours. He's on Broadway right now in a very successful play. I rang the theatre, I left a message, Larry Pine rang me back, he agreed to meet me. This is me meeting a fictional Dave Gorman. Look at that. Oh, yes. That got the blood pumping, I can tell you.
But I don't know whether that counts.
That's what he looks like. This is what he sounds like.
Hello. My name's Larry Pine, but I once played Dave Gorman.
And the truth is, I said to him, you played Dave Gorman in The Ice Storm, and he went, did I? That's how small a part that was. But now, how excited was I on the plane home from New York? We managed to find 4 Dave Gormans. One of them is Jewish, one of them is a homosexual, one of them drove us into a 100-mile-an-hour tornado, and one of them does not exist. Don't try to tell me I can't have him. He might be fictional, but I shook his hand, and as far as I'm concerned, he counts.
Fair enough. It's your rules,
Besides,
Dave.
I think when you learn what that did to the graph, you're going to want him to count as well. This is our graph before we went to New York. There you go. We're sitting pretty, we're in the zone.
Okay.
We've been to New York, we've found 4 Dave Gormans. This is what it's done to us.
Ooh.
I know. It is absolutely heartbreaking, isn't it? The damage has been done. It's just too far. Who knows? Look at that for a margin of error. We've never had it as big as that. Look at all those miles out of the zone. It's absolutely crazy. Who knows if that damage can be undone? We've travelled 12,631 miles. We've met 17 Dave Gormans. That gives us a statistic of 743 miles per Dave Gorman. We are 243 miles per Dave Gorman outside of the zone. I was devastated. But it gets worse.
Oh, shit.
If you remember, after we'd met 10 Dave Gormans, we worked out where the average Dave Gorman lives. Now, that's a map of Europe with horizontal vertical axes drawn through my flat. So we worked out the average Dave Gorman basically lives there. There's a town called Katwijk aan Zee. It's on the Dutch coast. Now, let's consider that on a global scale. There you go.
Right.
We've added these 4 all the way over here.
So I reckon I'm gonna try and predict it. It's obviously going to be over towards this way now. If we say that's well, there's about midway point. You know, obviously we've had some Scotland. So I reckon probably be there and then maybe back here. I'll say that's my guess. Let's see how close I am.
They're dragging us so far west and so far north. I can tell you, I've done the maths, I've checked it, that the new average Dave Gorman lives there.
Ooh! I mean, I'm not too far off, I guess. That's fair. He's not happy.
The average Dave Gorman is drowning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not happy about that. Not only are we 243 miles out of the zone, we're drowning the average Dave Gorman.
Oh, clinging to an iceberg.
And I can see what you're thinking. You're taking in those facts. You're thinking, OK, we're out of the zone. OK, he's drowning. And you're all asking the same question. You're thinking, Dave, what does the average Dave Gorman face look like? Well,
OK,
these
yeah.
are the first 2 Dave Gormans I met. This is what they look like if you put them together.
Yeah. Oh wow,
if we
okay.
have the next 3 Dave Gormans, you get this. But what happens when you add the next 12 in to get up to the 17 we've met so far?
Yeah. Oh, it's quite scary. Whoa, it's got a monocle.
The average Dave Gorman is a well-meaning humanities teacher with a monocle. And he's drowning. But don't be downhearted, because we've met 17 Dave Gormans. We're closer to our target of 54 than we were when we started, and that's still a good thing. And I can tell you that these men are fine men. And who knows what tomorrow will bring. Maybe one of you will meet one of these men. If you are lucky enough to meet a Dave Gorman or 2, when you finally stop showing off, I ask only this of you. Don't follow them around all day, asking them for money. But please, please, give them a big hello hug from me.
Will do.
Now, I know that right now you're thinking that's a good idea. You want to hug a Dave Gorman. But
Yes.
I also know that you're fickle. And that's why I'm asking each and every one of you to take an oath of allegiance, swearing that you will respect the Dave Gormans of the world.
Okay, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your right hands, follow the words on the screen, and say it with me.
Here we go. I do solemnly swear to do everything within my power to respect, honour, and if necessary, obey all Dave Gormans. I promise that whenever I meet a Dave Gorman, I will not hassle, bother, or pester him in any way. But I will give him a big hello hug from you, the Dave Gorman I see before me now. However, I will not honour, respect, or obey or hug such men as B. David Gorman, who is a time waster, a pretender, and a charlatan who will never truly bear the name Dave Gorman.
My name's Dave Gorman. Thank you very much. Good night.
And now Dave Gorman continues his quest next Thursday, 11:20 here on BBC.
Oop.
A few moments later.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Dave Gorman is just one of the best storytellers out there, bar none, in my personal opinion. Dave Gorman is just a genius. He really knows how to keep you hooked and engaged and wetting yourself with laughter. He is a joy to watch, and I really hope that you guys stay with me to watch more of this incredible series. I am going to be watching more of Modern Life is Goodish, and after this I will be watching Dave Gorman's Important Astrology Experiment, or whatever it was called. I don't know if I've misremembered the title there. But yeah, please make sure you do subscribe. because Dave Gorman is just fantastic. But of course, I do loads of stuff on the channel as well, so I'm sure there'll be something that you will really, really enjoy. But that is going to do it for today's reaction. I thank you so much for joining me once again. For now, my name is Kevin, I am a geek, and you've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.